Hey everybody, welcome to Geeks Kitchen. Today we're going to be teaching you guys how to make a Lotso burger. So, the Lotso burger, named for Lotso, the adorable strawberry scented bear from Toy Story 3. I love Lotso. I loved checking out all the delicious smelling Lotso toys in Toy Story Land when we went this past year. And the Lotso burger was a special menu item that was featured for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween nights at Cosmic Rays. And Danny and I got to try it. It was awesome, an excellent burger. So I knew we were going to have to try and recreate it. So checked into some stuff, did some experimenting. I think we have it for you. So you're going to be getting kind of two recipes in one with this one, because first I'm going to teach you how to make bacon jam, which is one of the components of the Lotso burger. It was listed as a strawberry bacon jam and brie fondue, they called it. I don't know exactly if anything was mixed with the brie. It was kind of light and spongy, so I just do a regular melted brie on it. It's really good. It wasn't really a strawberry bacon jam. It was kind of a regular bacon jam and strawberry jelly or jam also. So altogether, excellent. It was really good. So I'm going to teach you how to make bacon jam, which is excellent. This is a great bacon jam recipe. I tried a couple different ones. This one is really good. So obviously it can be used as a burger topping. What else you would do with bacon jam normally would be as kind of like an appetizer, if you're doing like a cheese platter or something like that. You can eat it on crackers. Excellent. Really good. So one tip: if you make the bacon jam, it can be stored in the fridge. If you go to use it later, just put it out and let it get to room temperature on its own. Do not put it in the microwave. I wish I had known that the first time I made it, because I went to heat some up in the microwave, and in a very short period of time, it just turned into like a black, burned, charcoal mess. Like, this cannot be heated in the microwave. So you're going to want to just leave it out if you store it in the fridge and let it warm up on its own, or some very light warming method. No microwave. Don't do that. Alright, so let's get to it. I'm going to show you our ingredients, and we're going to make some bacon jam and then put together a Lotso burger. Okay, so our ingredient list for all of the totality of the Lotso burger recipe. So for your bacon jam, you're going to need a pound of bacon, 2 large sweet onions, brown sugar, balsamic vinegar, and a little bit of leftover coffee, about 1/3 of a cup. So if you're like me, you kind of always have leftover coffee on hand. If you don't, you're going to want to brew a little bit of coffee. If you make your coffee for yourself, generally on the weak side, you're going to want to brew a separate kind of batch, because you're going to want this to be a little bit stronger. Not ridiculous, it doesn't have to be like espresso level strong, but you want a pretty strong pot of coffee that you use that from. So that'll be everything for the bacon jam. And then to put everything together for the burger, of course we have some ground beef for the burgers. You're going to want strawberry jam or jelly. I use strawberry jelly, but strawberry jam is good too, either one. And some brie. You can usually find this brand pretty much anywhere. Like Walmart has it. Any grocery store pretty much, wherever they, have their little expensive cheese section near the deli. So let's go ahead and get to work. I'm going to start by slicing up the bacon. Thick cut bacon works best for this, but I've done it with regular bacon too, and it worked out just fine. So if that's all you have, that'll work. Bacon in the pan, not quite cooking yet. Gonna cut up the onions first and get those ready so I can keep an eye on the bacon while it's cooking. Gonna cut the onions into pretty thick pieces for bacon jam. It's not gonna be like a fine dice. I'm not gonna quite do them a whole julienne. I'm gonna cut it in half, but they're gonna be pretty decent sized pieces of onion. Onions are ready to go. We're going to cook the bacon, so let's get to that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, put the heat on about medium to medium high. You don't want to really cook it too much, so I'm going to be a little conservative on the heat. I'd rather let it cook a little bit longer. So, the bacon will break up as it cooks. Hopefully you can see a little bit. I want to try to keep my camera as much out of the danger zone as possible. But, so what we're going to do is pre-cook the bacon. Like I said, like as you slice the bacon down in strips, that'll, like those pieces that are stuck together will all come apart as it cooks. Probably use a slotted spoon for this because after you cook the bacon, you're going to use the spoon to remove the bacon from the pan. So that's the easiest way. Now we're going to cook the bacon not crispy. Like you want it cooked all the way, but leave it chewy because the bacon's going to cook again a lot longer later. So you don't want to start off cooking it too much at the beginning. You just want to pre-cook the bacon. Alright. Here we go. verify that your bacon is cooked. Maybe 1 or 2 pieces are a little crispy, but not too many. But everything is definitely not raw, but still on the chewy side. You're going to want to go ahead and remove the bacon from the pan. Remove all the bacon pieces from the pan. Then you're going to dump all of the oil except for about a tablespoon or 2. So if you keep that kind of thing, you can reserve it for another purpose. If not, you can dispose of it as you do. Keep about a tablespoon or 2 of oil left in the pan. Now we've dumped most of the oil. Gonna keep the heat on about medium, and we're gonna cook the onions. Alright, so we're going to start out cooking the onions until they're good and soft, probably about 10 minutes. Minutes when all of the onions are nice and soft, just starting to get a nice caramel color, not quite all the way caramelized, but on the way there certainly, but everything's soft and translucent. We're going to go ahead and turn the heat down to low. We're going to add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Alright, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, heat on low. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and mix that all up. So on low, you're going to slow cook this all together about 20 minutes. until the onions get really good and caramelized. Like, after we're done with this process, you'll see the onions will be really well cooked down in the brown sugar. But you're going to do that on a really low setting for about 20 minutes. Keep a good eye on it. Stir it up every few minutes. Don't just leave it and run, but keep a good eye on that. Onions and brown sugar have been slow bubbling for about 20 minutes. As you can see, the onions are nice and cooked down. So, to this onion and brown sugar mix, I'm going to add a third a cup of coffee. I'm going to add a half a cup of water. Turn the heat up to medium. And we're going to add the bacon back in.
While the U.S. justice system faces a deepening crisis tonight as the president continues his assault on the rule of law. Intervening again today in the case of Roger Stone, Trump threatened to
mix this all together well.
Attorney General Bill Barr, who specifically asked him not to...
Okay, so we have our onion, coffee, water, sugar, bacon mixture cooking on medium. We're gonna let this cook all together for about a half hour. Gonna want to stir it at least every 5 minutes. So every few minutes you're gonna want to mix this up. Should take about a half hour for it to become a jam-like consistency and cook all together. So, gonna keep a good eye on that. And remember, if you need to set a timer for yourself, set a timer. I'm gonna set a timer for 30 minutes. So that I know about how long it's been cooking all together. But if you need to set a timer for every 5 minutes, every, even 3 or 4 minutes to stir it up and keep an eye on it, then set that for yourself. You don't want to burn it at this point. That would be sad and terrible. Alright, so we're going to let this go ahead and do its thing. Alright, so I'm gonna call my bacon jam done. Just about 18 minutes, 28 minutes I guess on mine, so just about a half hour. You don't want it to start to burn, so if you see like pieces getting a little bit too dark, like monitor it while it's cooking. If you feel like it's cooking a little fast and you want to turn the heat down a little bit as it's cooking to, you know, cook it a little bit longer, you can adjust the heat. And if toward the end you feel like it's good enough and, you know, pieces might be starting to get a little too well done, you can go ahead and call it a day. When your bacon jam is nice and darkened, sweet and delicious, you're going to, I'll take this one, move it off of the heat, take your balsamic vinegar, you're going to add about a tablespoon of balsamic. Oops. And mix that all together. So now we've got the bacon jam portion of our Latzo burger recipe completed. So that's definitely the most, you know, difficult part. And you know me, I usually like to keep things a little bit simple, but, you know, you can buy bacon jam if you wanted to. But this bacon jam is 1000% worth the effort. So even if you were looking for something to bring to like a party or something like that, this is perfect. Serve it at, you know, if you're having people for dinner, for appetizers, you'll be a hit. So if you're making this to make the Latzo burger, you're still gonna want to have some crackers on hand so you can test out your bacon jam. So hope it's not too hot. That is so good. So, so good. So, the recipe definitely makes more bacon jam than you'll need for the 4 Lotso burgers that I make from the recipe. So, grab some crackers, attack that. Yes. Alright, we're gonna get to the rest of the Lotso burger. Here we go. Moving on with our Lotso burger. Got my burger pan out. So, the first thing I am gonna do is set the oven to 350. So the oven's just going to be to melt the brie for the burgers. So I'm going to let that go ahead and start warming up. So grab a pound of chopped meat and make 4 burgers. Just going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't want anything too crazy for this burger. You just kind of want the good burger taste to shine through with the other ingredients, so nothing too crazy. So I got the burgers made up. Just gonna throw a little salt and pepper over them. Like, if you noticed, I know the video's probably sped up, but I kind of just break the meat off into quarters and shape the patties. Unless you're mixing something in with the chopped meat, it's best not to like overwork it too much, because then the burgers come out kind of mushy. So the less you work the chopped meat for burgers, the better they'll come out. We're gonna go ahead and get these started cooking. So go ahead and cook your burgers as you like them, as rare, medium, or well done as you like. I think you guys can probably manage that part without too much instruction from me. So I'm getting the brie ready to go in the oven. You're going to want to put it in at 350 for between 5 and 10 minutes until it gets melty and oozy. Took the circle and I cut it into 6 pieces. It's about the right amount for the cheese on each burger, so you'll have a little bit left over. If you don't want to try the brie, like sliced mozzarella, Swiss cheese, or provolone, I could all see working well with the components on this burger. So if the brie is hard to get, or you don't want to try working with that, you could try one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and put the brie in the oven for about between 5 and 10 minutes. Keep an eye on it. When it starts to get oozy, that's just about where you want it. Alright, so got the brie in the oven. Burger's almost done. About ready to bin. A little extra. My brie is a little extra melty. You don't have to quite melt it that much, but it's just about how I want it. Now that we've got all of our components ready, we can go ahead and assemble our Lotso burger. So, the one thing I can't recreate, when you get the Lotso burger at Cosmic Ray's, there is a Lotso, like, I don't know, stamped, toasted. I don't know how they get it on the bun exactly, but there's a Lotso on the bun. It's super adorable. I have not discovered yet a way to recreate the Lotso on the bun feature, but wish I could. Alright, so you're going to take your strawberry jam or jelly, and it's probably a little extra, maybe not, and spread that on both sides of your hamburger roll. Gonna get a burger. Some of our bacon jam. Ow. Nice little slab of bacon jam on there. Don't let anybody get away. Okay. Okay. Full disclosure, not knowing too much about brie per se, I don't know what you're supposed to do with the white stuff on the outside. Like, I'm assuming it's edible, but I'm good. So, I kind of slide the brie out of each. It's a little tougher than it was last time because I over melted it a little bit. So last time, like if you just melted a little bit less, brie over there. It came kind of off that white stuff really easily. Nice little bit of the melted brie. Squash that all down together. And that's how you make a Lotso burger. So, try it, check it out, let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys love it as much as we do. So, if you can't get to Disney World for Mickey's Not So Scary, now the Lotso burger can come to you. Alright, thanks for joining us again, guys, at Geeks Kitchen. We'll see you next time.